Hello, welcome back to Steak Insanity. I'm your host David, and this is a channel about my carnivore diet journey. Today is day, technically, 62. And it's what I just realized when I went to record this is it's actually the end of February as well. So I should do my February recap, as well as looking at the past, 10 week. It's been about a week since I did an update. There's nothing sinister in that. The only reason is I've had a lot of stuff going on in my personal life and in my work, and I just haven't had the time really at the end of the day to just sit down and put my thoughts together as well as I would like. So I just held off. Today's Sunday afternoon. It's nice and sunny outside in the UK for a change. It's bitterly cold though. So there is that. I've got my cat's running around. I've got laundry going in the back. So if you hear a bit of noise, I'm just going to shut the door. Anyway, there we go. Right, February. So what's the recap? Well, the main thing this month, I guess, has been that I moved off of doing lion diet onto doing more of a carnivore style diet. And actually, in fact, the last probably 2 weeks, I've been doing more of a keto diet than even carnivore. I guess the question is, am I happy about that? What has it meant to me and the diet, and how do I feel about it, and what am I going to do moving forward? So we'll get to that in a minute. The other thing I started doing in February was I started taking creatine every day. And I started lifting weights again. So there's changing a few things at one time. So, that's bad sort of when you're doing QA, certainly in software and in technical businesses. You never really want to change more than one thing at a time, because when you change multiple things, it's very difficult to figure out what it is that's actually causing a problem or what's working. So in typical normal fashion, I've changed multiple things at one time. So I don't know which one is having what impact. But what I can tell you is certainly over the last 2 weeks, for sure, my weight has not fundamentally changed. It's gone up and down a couple of tenths of a kilo, which is just a daily change in water weight. There's nothing more than that. Since I did the last video, so it looks like here the last video I did was on the 23rd. So that is basically a week ago. I didn't go to the gym at all during the week. And the reason I didn't go is because since I went back and I've been doing full body. So I don't do the bro split. I don't do upper body one day, legs one day, and then, or I don't do bench one day and back one day, or I don't do chest one day and arms one day and legs one day. I don't do that. I try to do a full body workout. So I try and do upper body and lower body every time I work out. I don't do the same exercises, and I try and build each workout around one of the 3 core compound movements, which is bench press, deadlifts, and squats. So anyway, when I started going back, the first couple of workouts I did it very, very light, didn't really push myself very hard because I just kind of wanted to get the feel of everything back. I wanted to get a little bit of soreness in there, let my body kind of know, okay, this is coming. Then sort of in the middle of the month, I started lifting a lot heavier, and I did exactly what I didn't want to do, which I damaged some sort of a ligament or tendon in my shoulder. This isn't the shoulder that I had surgery on. This is my other shoulder. And I couldn't even do something like put a jacket on. Like if I did this kind of movement or something, like I just had really, really sharp pain in there. So I was like, okay, fine. I'm going to have to give it a little bit of time to heal. So it just so happened that I had a bunch of stuff that I had to do for work. I had some events that were going on. I had some other things that were happening. And I just was like, okay, I'm just going to give it a week to rest and see. I'm still taking the creatine. And I also added in, and this is where we're going to get back around to keto. I added in a little bit of carb, and I added in rice, no wheat, still staying off the wheat, although I did have a little bit of wheat one day. But I had worked in some vegetables, so some onions and some peppers, like bell peppers, green peppers, red peppers, that kind of thing, in a few meals. But essentially I was having sort of, and I think I mentioned this in a video before, but I was having like a quarter of a cup of rice, so a tiny, tiny bit of rice around lunchtime, just because I feel like I heal better and I feel like I have a little bit more energy. I know everybody who does the diet is going to yell at me for that, but that's fine. You can yell at me. It's my diet. I'll do what I want. I haven't had basically any change. What I have noticed from working out and lifting weights is I do seem to see a little bit of a change, even though the number on the scale isn't going anywhere. And really the numbers in the macros and in the detail around body fat percentage and all that, it's moving like decimal points. Nothing's moving the needle. It's not going very far in any direction at the minute. But I do think I get the feeling and how I feel in myself. And when I look at myself, when I get out of the shower, I can see that it is making a difference. So, going to the gym, lifting weights, getting in that exercise is, my muscles are staying pumped. They're staying a little bit more flushed with water. The creatine's helping with that. The electrolytes are helping with that. So all of that is offsetting, I think, a little bit of fat loss at the minute still. So, I feel like I look better. I'm more confident in the way I look. I am more energetic overall. And so I do think the diet's working. It's just in that funny middle phase where my body's just kind of getting used to what's going on now. So, and I haven't been doing any cardio, really. I'm just looking at my list. The last time I actually went to the gym, the last few times I did weights, I did cardio once in there. So I've done pure cardio only workout like twice this month. But other than that, it's been all weight training, which if you do weight training properly, you're also training cardio, but it's a different type of training. So weight training is cardio, but cardio is the secondary benefit of what you're doing. I do think that it's worth doing targeted cardio as well and dedicated cardio days. And I also think it's good to mix it up. So don't just run. Don't just think you've got to go for a run. That's not the only way to get cardio. There's stair machines, there's bikes, there's elliptical trainers, there's the cross-country ski machine. There's all sorts of different ways you can actually work in to get cardio if you want to improve your heart strength as well. So I try to mix that up also because it's boring. I really enjoy the running, but I also feel like when I do running and I burn a lot of calories when I'm running, and when I'm in a massive calorie deficit from running, I feel like I'm burning and I'm losing more muscle than I am fat, particularly because I have fat to lose, don't get me wrong, but I don't have a tremendous amount of fat to lose. And so I think my body I don't know, I just get the feeling that it's counterproductive for trying to build muscle. So I'm trying to do it in a different way. So that's all good. I'm actually happy, even though if you look at the numbers, where I started the month on the first, let me just actually look at the spreadsheet. On the first day of this month, I was 97 kilos exactly. And on the last day of the month, on the first day of March, I was 97.8. So that's basically nearly a kilo. So that's about 2 pounds. But again, I don't feel in my body shape. I don't feel any different. I feel fitter. I feel healthier when I look at myself in the mirror, or when I'm just, when I feel my body, I feel like the muscles are a little bit more pumped and they feel firmer. And so it's going the direction I want it to go. What does that mean? The other thing I have stopped doing in the last week is I haven't really kept track of any of my meals, which is something I was doing before. I just, again, because I was busy, I had other stuff going on. It was just, it was just too much brain space for me to have to deal with. I have been tracking my sleep every night and I have been weighing myself every day. But other than that, I haven't really been tracking all my food. And I don't know if that's maybe a little psychological thing because I know that I've been cheating and I don't want to write it down or what. But anyway, so what does all that mean for March? Let's look ahead to March. What are we going to do in March? I'm going to get back to weight training. I'm going to take it a little bit easier. I might back off just a little bit again on trying to push myself to go too much heavier too quickly. I think I was trying to get back up to where I remember I used to be too quickly. And I just need to take my time. I'm not as young. And when I say when I used to, this was from 3 or 4 years ago, but I haven't been lifting in that time. And so it is going to take me a little bit longer than I would like to get back up to that point again. So I just need to be patient and I need to just work slowly. So I'll do higher rep numbers with lower weight, keep doing that. Just again, try and build some of that strength back. It really feels like it's the tendons and the connective tissue that's sore. And I know I talked about this a couple of videos ago, that it's not the muscles themselves. So I'm almost not at the point that I can work the muscles too much because I'm trying to re-strengthen and build up the connective tissue again, which takes a long time. I think it takes more time than to build up the muscles. I don't know what I'm going to do with the diet. I had talked about going back and doing more of a strict lion diet again, but I don't know if I'm in practice going to do that. What I would like to do, though, is I would like to get back to a more strict carnivore, though. So I will have chicken, I will have eggs, I will have bacon. I've had some fish and some other stuff like that. So I am definitely going to do that, but I am going to try and be more disciplined during the week. And the last thing is, so update for my wife. As everybody knows, my wife decided this month she would try it for a month just to see how she felt, if it would help with her anxiety and some of the symptoms that she got from perimenopause and just from her monthly cycle. And I can positively report that we were just with someone the other night. We went out to dinner after one of the events, and she was saying how good it made her feel and how it had really worked and how that she thought the diet was really helping her feel less anxious, that the symptoms seemed to be better. And the killer part of it is that she wants to continue eating that way all the time. So for me, that was massive, from, her going from being super, super skeptical in the beginning and fighting it. Certainly in the first 10 days, she was fighting it the whole time. But now she's actually keeping me in line on those days that I sometimes feel like, maybe I'll just have a little bit of this. And she's like, no, it's not on the diet, don't have it. So that's really good. So I've got some moral support in that now within the house, which is good. So I think that's going to help a lot. So for the videos and stuff like that, I am going to try. I don't like that I waited a week. I think that's too far in between doing updates. And I like to produce content and do these updates more often than that. The other thing that I mentioned the other day is I have done the hair test for the metabolic typing. So in the next probably week, or maybe not this coming week, but week after, so second week of March, I should have Susie back on, and Susie can report the results, and then we can talk through everything. I saw her the other day, and she said to me, she said, well, I'll tell you what, we'll have a call first, and we'll talk about the results, and then we can record the show if you want. No, nah, we'll just do it all at the same time. We'll just record the whole thing, and we'll just do it live. I don't mind. The results are what they are. So you'll find out at the same time I find out what the results were whenever they come in. So I think that's pretty much it for today and for February. I'm sorry I can't report that I lost another 5 kilos or another 10 pounds and I look amazing and I've gone down another belt size or whatever. It hasn't happened, but that's okay. I still feel better and I will continue on the diet, and I'm happy. So I hope everybody else out there is happy. I hope this is helpful. That's the main thing. The reason I do this really is because I just want other people out there to know that, this thing is a struggle. And if you're used to eating a certain way, or if you struggle with food, or, you've got food tied up with stress or whatever, and you struggle with it, it's okay. You're not the only one struggling. Yeah, there's some people out there, and there's some of the big accounts, and they talk about, oh yeah, I've been carnivore for years and it's easy and I just do it every day and it's simple. Nah, well, not for me. And I think there's a few other people, I don't want to name any names because I'll forget someone, more than not wanting to call someone out. But, if you search for carnivore diet, there's about, there's all the usuals that pop up. There's 5 or 10. And a lot of those guys and ladies, they struggle sometimes too. Some of them pretend that they never struggle, and maybe they don't, and that's okay, but that's not me. So I hope I hope you made it this far. If you did, congratulations, well done. And thank you for watching this far. If not, that's okay too. And, maybe somebody will see this in the future. But for now, I think that's it for today, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.